All right, welcome back to the episode of Beer, Bacon, and Bros. Tonight we got a shortened cast. Didn't mean that person.
Why you got a
poor choice of words.
What you trying to say?
You looked right at him when you said shortened cast.
Yeah, I did.
Right at him.
So, anyways, we got the threesome together. We got Adam, we got Chris, we got Keith. We're going to be talking a little bit of Jets football. What are they going to do after Aaron Rodgers' Achilles injury? Before we jump into it, make sure you hit the subscribe button for us. We are growing the family. If you're a returning subscriber, we appreciate you coming back for another video. As always, if you'll like the video for us, it will become more popular, gets us in front of more people, honestly grows the family more. Guys, it's completely free to you. All you gotta do is push a button. So you can even mute us after that. We don't care. Hit us in the comments as always.
Just like every video.
Yeah, you hit us in the comments. You know we're gonna get back with you. So, all right, Jets. They're down to a two-man quarterback roster right now. Tim Boyle, Zach Wilson, obviously.
Who?
Zach. Yeah. Yeah. Eastern Kentucky. Eastern Kentucky. They know how to throw the football over there. All right, so
they can sling it around the field.
They can sling the rock. So Zach Wilson, I'm not saying the Jets won't stick with Zach Wilson the whole rest of the year.
So Robert Saleh has come out and said that Zach Wilson is our guy.
Yeah.
He's come out and said they're not looking to go out and get another quarterback. They're not looking to do this. They're not looking to do that. Zach Wilson is our guy.
Yeah, I hear him. I
don't think it's accurate.
Yeah,
I hear what he's saying. So
I think he's saying that in a sense of, okay, the Jets are going to shop here, make it seem like we're comfortable walking away with nothing and keeping Zach Wilson. I do think the Jets shop though. I think there's a couple of backup quarterbacks that I think probably put the Jets in a better position to win this season right now than sticking with Zach Wilson.
Famous James.
Famous James, yeah. That was actually one of the guys I was pulling.
Well, when you pulled that up, that's who I knew you were going to go with, because I knew you were going to say Taysom Hill.
Yeah,
so
he can do it all for
dude, nobody wants Taysom Hill. I don't know why the Saints even gave that man money. Nobody wants Taysom Hill.
So yeah, I think Famous James would
Tim
be.
Tebow's available, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So
Tim Tebow's always available.
Always. But I think Famous James was now that he's had his eye surgery, he's not seeing 8 people out there.
Yeah,
he might be able to go out there and do some good. And he can't do any worse than Zach Wilson.
Yeah, for sure.
Or Tim Boyle, whoever the hell that was again.
Yeah. So, the thing about Jameis has the arm to push the ball down the field to get it to Garrett Wilson, McCole Hardman, a couple of those guys that are speedsters on the team. So, and you obviously last year, not a great year for Jameis. 900 yards, 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
He was also splitting time too.
Yeah,
and he got hurt.
And I think the year before is that peak of what can Jameis be in a good offense when surrounded by talent, right? The 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns, 3 picks that year. That Jameis Winston, if you can get that Jameis Winston on this Jets team, it still gives them hope of being a good
Well,
team.
even if you have his last year in Tampa when he threw for 5,200 yards, now of course he was in the 30-30 club.
Yeah.
But that was where he could see.
Yeah.
So, but still, for a man to go out there and throw for 5,200 yards.
That's impressive.
Yeah. It's not something that's very easily done in today's NFL.
Yeah.
So, I think Jameis would be a good place to look at. I don't think you'd have to give up much for him.
Yeah.
You could probably get him for a 2nd or 3rd rounder, maybe a 4th round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking 3rd round probably gets you a Jameis Winston. 29-year-old Jameis Winston. He's even not terribly that old.
No, he's still under 30. I think he's got a decent contract, so it's like he's gonna be breaking the bank. Like they're paying Aaron Rodgers now to sit and be a QB coach for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Well, I think I saw it on not First Take. Anyway, I don't remember exactly which ESPN sports show it was, but essentially they were saying, yeah, we got 20-25 million to play with to come and get you a QB. There's a lot of options of backup quarterbacks who I think would be like, yeah, I'd be interested in 25 mil to come and play.
Well, there's also a lot of people out there that you could go out and just add now that you don't have to sign or trade for. Yes, you're pulling up Gardner Minshew now. Gardner Minshew would be a great add for that. I think he's got the versatility, he's got the athleticism to go up there and play in that style of offense, especially with their 2 versatile backs and the plethora of wide receivers they have now.
Yeah.
Gardner Minshew would be a very good, solid choice. But if you don't look at the trade route, you could still go and look at some of these players that have NFL experience that are still somewhat active. I know Tom Brady's name's been thrown out there. His name's been thrown out. I mean, I'm sure he has some sort of interest in that. I think if he's going to come back to somebody, that's going to be San Francisco.
I don't think he has to worry about coming back to San Francisco. I don't think he's going to have a shot at it.
Well, it depends on how well Purdy does and if he gets hurt. But I mean, if he came back anywhere, I think it would be San Francisco. But I still think you can go out and get like a Phillip Rivers to play for 1 year, who's only been a year removed from the NFL.
Or like you said, Matt Ryan.
Or Matt Ryan, who's only a year out of the NFL because he's got better talent in New York with a hell of a lot better defense. Because let's be honest, that defense won that game on Monday.
Oh, without a doubt.
That wasn't Zach Wilson winning that game.
No.
That was the defense winning that game.
Well, that was Garrett Wilson's amazing fucking catch.
The amazing catch too.
His interception turned reception.
Yeah. But I mean, you could go out and get a Matt Ryan, pay him $8 million, and
I mean, he's a guy sitting in the booth, so I definitely don't think that he would be against it.
This is my guy who
I don't think Carolina trades Andy Dalton though because they're not certain about Bryce Young, so I don't think they trade Andy Dalton. That would be a guy that would be a solid go-getter right now, who still has a lot left in the arm.
Yeah.
I mean, can get it done. Is a 3,000-yard passer, a 4,000-yard season up there. In this case, is an NFL vet at this point in time.
Well, he's a playoff quarterback. I mean, he's gotten teams to the playoffs. He doesn't turn the ball over that much. I mean, not as much as he used to, but he doesn't have the opportunity anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, when he's on the field, he looks good. He knows where to go. But the problem is now how it's going to be hard to bring somebody into that quarterback room to learn that complex offense that they run.
I think it would take 2 weeks. Like if they brought, I don't know the relationship with any of the guys that we're throwing out here and Matt Nagy, but I do think that there's an opportunity that if you have to take, if we go get a quarterback now, like we bite the bullet, we get it now, we don't wait around. We get the guy. I think it probably takes 2 weeks for that guy to be comfortable enough to run an efficient offense. And the arm talent and the decision making is the thing that needs to go into it, right? Like you need to get a guy that's going to make better decisions and have better arm talent than Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
that's just a simple truth of it.
Well, and that's where I think
some of these experienced quarterbacks.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's if that's what you're looking for, I would think one of those multi-year vets would be where you would want to look at.
Yeah, I think Gardner Minshew is the best option in my opinion. He's also the youngest option at 27, but. I mean, this is a guy you're talking about with 44 touchdowns and 15 interceptions in his career.
Oh, the kid's good.
Like,
the guy's good.
The guy could I think the guy could step right in 2 weeks, absolutely replace.
Well, and he's very versatile. He can maneuver too.
Yeah.
So I mean, I know you have that with Zach Wilson right now, but I think Gardner Minshew has a better feel for the field and a feel for what's around him than Zach Wilson.
Yeah. I think there's one more guy that I wanted to get out there, and I know the guy to my right's not going to like it, but
Cooper Rush.
I think Cooper Rush is a guy that now with Dallas having Trey Lance, they probably feel a little more obligated and comfortable with letting Cooper Rush go. So Cooper, 29 years old, out of Central Michigan, obviously.
I mean, yes, as a fan, I like seeing Cooper Rush as my backup. I just don't know if Trey Lance is the answer yet. He played 15 college football games.
Yeah.
College and
he never even played more than a full season.
So I just don't know if Trey Lance is the answer.
They're looking at the upside in that versus what he actually has, what he brings.
What he is right now.
Right. Sure. What he brings to the table.
And I don't know if the Jets came to Dallas and said, "Hey, we're interested in one of your two backups," I would hope Dallas would be like, "Trey Lance is available."
Yeah.
I would like to see them be like, "Yeah, Trey Lance, you can have him." Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think they're going to get rid of Trey.
I don't think either. I think if the Jets come calling of like, "Hey, do you have a quarterback you'd be willing to trade away or get off your contract?" I think Cooper Rush is the guy they would get rid of.
I think Cooper Rush would be the guy because he's been a proven winner. Because out of the 6 games he played last year, he won 5 out of the 6.
5 and 1 last year.
So and he didn't throw very many interceptions. He came in and took that offense and actually probably played it better than Dak did. If we're being truthful.
And some points it looked like he did.
So I mean,
I mean, he's a 58% passer for his career and just a little over 1,400 yards. But I mean,
yeah, but that's a very limited sample size though too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you gave him an opportunity to be an everyday starter, he could potentially get that
Those numbers up.
the completion rate to like a 65, 67% percentage versus the 58.
Yeah. So I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't like to see Cooper Rush go. Like I said, though, that's just wearing a fan's hat. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I would think Andy Dalton would be a good fit here. I think you're right with Gardner Minshew. I think that's a good fit because I guess personally, you think that the Colts are gonna go with Sam Ehlinger and Anthony Richardson. You would.
Well,
I would honestly
Gardner-
go with Gardner Minshew and Anthony Richardson and Sam Ehlinger.
Well, yeah, I think the Colts have Gardner Minshew as the backup right now and feel comfortable with that. But
I mean, who
right
wouldn't?
team Colin, right Colin Price. I mean, you got to take him because the Colts look at it and they say Anthony Richardson's our guy, right?
Yeah.
So they're not technically really worried about it.
They're going to die by that.
Same thing for you guys. I think Dak's your guy, and
Yep.
you've got a Trey Lance that you're invested in, and you want to find out what you got there with that 23-year-old. So I think Cooper Rush is somebody you can easily separate from
Yeah, I
Dallas.
agree.
But
Right.
But like I said, as a fan, I don't.
Yeah, because he doesn't have the wear and tear on that body like Cooper Rush does because he's been in the league a little bit longer and he's had more game time experience. So
yeah.
he's taken a couple more hits, a couple more bumps.
No, but I mean, I still think that if I look at the Saints, Jameis seems like the most available guy. You got Derek Carr. You're paying Taysom Hill for nothing.
Yeah,
Like-
you're paying him a tight end salary to be a backup quarterback.
Yeah, I mean,
you're
basically
Jameis makes the most sense as far as arm talent goes because Jameis, like you said, can go out there and just hurl the ball down the field.
yeah,
I mean, with the flick of a wrist. I mean, he makes it look easy.
yeah,
So it's not like he can't get the ball there. It's a matter of if he can see them.
yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. Any other last thoughts? Anybody else you got on your brain?
Big Ben. Yeah, I think he's in.
Yeah. I think Big Ben's done.
Warren Moon can still come out there and throw it, right?
Probably
Jackie Moon or
Yeah, Jackie Moon, baby.
No. All right. Hit us in the comments. Let us know who
Judo.
you think the Jets are going to trade for quarterback. And as always, we appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe.